Hey everybody, it's Jordan with McFadden Honda. I'm doing Test Drive Tuesday today on probably the best day in Lethbridge, as you can tell by my puffy jacket and this beautiful Lethbridge wind noise coming into my lav mic here, to drive a convertible. So right here I have the 2015 BMW 428i xDrive. This guy's an all-wheel drive sedan and it's a hardtop convertible. Come check this thing out. It's absolutely wild. All right, so a few things we're gonna notice going around this thing, other than this being a beautiful car, is the cameras actually are one of the things I wanted to point out, because if you tune in on Friday, I'm actually gonna be doing an entire video on the top-down park sense on this vehicle. You get the available 18-inch rims right there, some vents, and those are real vents. You can look down there and see the tire. And then moving in back here, this is where the hardtop does get stored when you have it open. There is a little bit of room for if you needed anything in the back here, just right there. You do have a locking gas cap right here to prevent from any gas siphoning or anything like that. So when the vehicle's locked, it actually won't pop open like it is right now. So here, let me show you. Let's lock it up. Can't get it open, eh? The moment I hit unlock, it already pops open for me because it knows I wanted to get in there.
So for reasons beyond our control here, right when we started filming, the Lethbridge weather loved to kick in. So we're riding with the top up right now. Be sure to stick around because you should be able to see at least some clips of me with the top down. But as for right now, while I'm talking about just the inside of the car and how it feels and all that, we're just going to leave it up so I can stay nice and toasty and not have to bundle up. So the first things I noticed when hopping into the BMW, well, you notice it on the outside right away. It's just these stylish. They're nice looking vehicles. There's a reason that BMWs are a desired after vehicle. And one of the biggest things with them is just how nice they look. Hopping in here, you do get some like really nice wood grain that carries around the trim of the front. But the thing that really stands out to me is all of this, it's like red trims everywhere. You notice these little pops of red as you look around the vehicle. You got red stitching going around the steering wheel here, and then red stitching down on the seats as well. Yeah, it's just a nice looking interior, especially for 2015. That like mid-teens era. I always like describing it as the switchboard era, which is when you look around vehicles and you just see click, all these buttons you can hit. And they weren't the most aesthetically appealing. This does have some buttons in it, but it's not like it's distracting or anything like that. So underneath the hood of this guy, it's just a 4-cylinder. Would be the understatement of the century. It's a 2-liter 4-cylinder, which you're probably familiar to that if you've been in and you've driven any of the new, the Accord with the upgraded engine in it. That's also a 2-liter turbo. And those larger turbos, they give you a lot of extra pep on the highway, especially that passing power. For this guy, you actually get 241 horsepower and 258 pounds-per-foot of torque, which is absolutely bonkers, and even more bonkers when you feel it on the highway. Did I mess the numbers up? So I said at the beginning here that our filming kind of got a little bit kibosh for being a convertible, with how it just got pretty windy and pretty chilly. But I actually realized that it's kind of good that happened for me to be able to show off the heat retention inside the cabin. For it being a convertible, I'm actually really surprised with how warm we've been able to keep it inside this cabin with the top up. Because normally that's one of the big problems with driving a convertible, is that the heat just bleeds away, especially if it's just even a slightly chilly day. But this guy, I'm barely even noticed it. We don't run our climate control system while we film, just because of the fans. But yeah, no, we haven't had it on for about 15-20 minutes now, and I'm still decently warm. The other thing I'm noticing too is that there were so many assumptions I had before hopping into this vehicle that I had about the vehicle that I was proven dead wrong. Like I said, I expected it to be a lot. Well, I actually expected the weather outside to be a little bit warmer. But I was thinking, like, if you ever try to drive this in the fall, you're going to be chilly. But I'm being slightly proven wrong right now. And then the other thing I was worried about, I was going to actually make a joke about how I can barely hear the road with the top down. But with the top up, I've actually been in some SUVs, like modern day SUVs, like 2020, 2021, that sound either just as loud, if not louder, than what this guy sounds like. Like, I honestly was really surprised by the sound damping in this guy for it being a hardtop convertible with barely any insulation under it. Crazy.